Good night, and welcome to the Chippewa Newsroom. I'm Spencer Hayworth, your anchor for tonight, and this is 120 Seconds. Big story of the night, No Child Left Behind Act. In Indiana, researchers at the Center for Evaluation and Education Policy and the Indiana Institute on Disability and Community researched how No Child Left Behind affects students with disabilities in the state of Indiana. Indiana schools' special education subgroups reports that they are not hitting their adequate yearly progress goals. Some positives that they see from the No Child Left Behind Act is that they want their high standards, and they do have those, and they're set, and they are following through with those. They also believe that it's a very positive thing that the special education students are now considered a part of the assessment system where previously they weren't. Teachers want more than that, though. They want their students to have the option, not to have the option to just pass or fail. They want their students to be tested on their progress, and their progress being based on their ability levels. Now here we are with Sarah, our reporter, interviewing Miss Simpson from Hoosierville Middle School on No Child Left Behind Act.
One of the issues of the No Child Left Behind Act is the lack of sensitivity towards disabled education for the visually impaired and others. How is testing handled for children with disabilities or limited English proficiency?
Well, states must provide reasonable accommodations for students with disabilities. For example, students who don't speak English well need ESL teachers, and then students who don't have very good comprehension levels would need longer testing. But for the students who don't speak English very well, they have more problems in the reading and language arts. So how we measure that is if a student has been in the United States for 3 consecutive years, then they will have English as their main language in the reading and language arts. But if they haven't been in here for 3 consecutive years, then it gets put in their native language.
Another issue includes the funding of the program. How is the No Child Left Behind Act funded and distributed towards schools?
The No Child Left Behind Act is funded through the Basic Grant, the Concentration Grant, the Target Grant, and the Education Finance Incentive Grant.
With this program, teachers have a clear objective. How does testing help the teachers?
Overall, testing helps the teachers in many different aspects. For instance, if there are poor testing results, this could indicate that the curriculum needs to be reviewed and aligned with the content upon which the state standards are based. But if the tests come out well, that means the teachers looked at their standards and used them correctly in the classroom.
Also, it is mentioned that children must be taught by highly qualified teachers. How are highly qualified teachers deemed?
There are 3 aspects that a highly qualified teacher needs. First, a teacher must have a bachelor's degree. Second, they have to have a full state certification or licensure. And they must prove that they know each subject that they teach or know how to teach well in the classroom so that students will be able to understand the material that they're giving to them.
None of the positive outcomes are recognized because they are hidden behind negative components of the No Child Left Behind Act. This act cannot be done properly without funding made available to every school. The state government wants to decrease funding to $127 from the current $165 per student. This will cut about 600 teaching jobs. Then how will the students be taught? Is this the right time to initiate the No Child Left Behind Act?
That proposes a lot of questions of parents and teachers whether the No Child Left Behind Act is actually helping students learn their curriculum. A special thanks to our reporters Sarah and Miss Alexis from Hoosierville Middle School. I'm Spencer Hayworth with the Chippewa Newsroom, and this has been 120 Seconds. Good night.
One of the issues of the No Child Left Behind Act is the lack distributed towards through the schools.
The No Child Left Behind Act
testing handled with